She said, hey, let's go.
I can be a
Baby.
you can be my mommy. Honey. Let's make love.
Let's spend time, not money.
Not money. Mix your milk with my Cocoa Puffs.
Milky, milky cocoa. Mix your milk with my Cocoa Puff. Milky, milky, right. You didn't listen to Black Eyed Peas that much.
I did, but I'm sorry that I
the
can't
words?
remember every single lyric when the song isn't playing randomly in 2026 at 9 a.m.
It's nearly 10. You should be more alert.
Okay.
No. Is that what you were just doing? I thought you were doing like the music at the beginning of my humps.
No, I
Don't funk with my
She
hump.
got me spending.
Oh, God, they're obsessed with not spending money but spending time.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Hi, darling.
Hello, my love.
How are you?
What's that cute giggle for?
I don't know.
I'm good.
Good.
I feel good after listening to a bit of Stevie Wonder as we warm up our souls and our voices.
You're very good at knowing what we need.
Oh, did you think that's what we needed this morning?
Yes. Did you not do it because of that?
Yeah,
Or did you
a
just
little
need
bit.
a bit of Stevie?
No, I think maybe I did, but it helped, didn't it?
Sunshine of my life. I think it's because I didn't know that album very well, so it was exciting.
Talking Book. Yeah, I suddenly realised I love this one and I need to get my baby to love it too.
Well,
so here we go.
I'm already on board. I loved it.
And it's very romantic.
We love romantic. We're feeling quite romantic at the moment, I think, because we've been apart from each other, hence the late episode. You've been in London.
For 2 whole days.
And then we also had my dad visiting, which was nice, but it meant very, very rude that he stopped us from recording a podcast. Disrespectful. Because he was up at bloody 5 a.m, I think, had 3 cups of tea, and then we'd get up and be like, hello. Hi, Dad. Okay, what are we going to do today? He just wanted to eat a fry up every day.
Nice.
Because he was away from the missus, I think.
Yeah, I did start to realise that. It was trying to get in as much as possible before.
Yeah, he was like, oh, you sure you don't want to go out for dinner?
Yeah.
Like the second night after we went out for dinner, I was like, no, we can cook you a dinner. You sure?
And we went past that fish and chip shop.
Oh, yeah, fuck, I forgot he didn't have the fish and chip.
He was like, Mum, we're going in there.
Do you want to go fish and chip? No, we're going to go have a jacket potato and a soup. Boring.
And whatever that TV show was that he put on the first day with Tom Hardy in it, I think there was about 3 things.
It wasn't
that had Tom
Mobland,
Hardy in it.
was it?
No, it wasn't.
Are you sure the first one was with Tom Hardy as well?
The first one had
Oh,
Tom
yeah,
Hardy
it was the one
in.
set in New York.
He played some kind of
I have a feeling it might have been a film.
I think it was a film. It was in New York, and I've never heard so many
Throat gurgles?
people being shot 84 times and blood goggling out of various holes. And I was trying to be brave, and I think as long as I didn't look at it, it was okay. But I was hearing, I didn't.
You could just pretend they were gargling some mouthwash or something.
Yeah.
If I just pretend, if I don't look, then that's probably what they're doing. Well, it's funny to me because I'm used to that
from staying with him.
Yeah, but when I was a child, the only thing that, I can remember being at his house was Austin Powers Gold member Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Oh, okay.
Which I've seen so many times.
There's a theme arising.
What's the theme?
Lots of women in catsuits.
Who's that in? Oh, Beyonce?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not so many pretty ladies.
Why do you think I like it if you wear a jumpsuit? Actually, I can't even think of any other films, but I know I've seen those. I've seen Catwoman with Halle Berry in it.
Maybe those are just the ones
unbelievable amount of times
you remember because it was Catwoman. And
I think we just would go over and put them on. But this was before the days of Netflix, so we could argue with Dad about what we wanted to put on. Now when I go over to his house, he's just like, I'm going to put this on, darling. I'm like, ooh. We've managed to find a compromise with Slow Horses, but I've seen it all. I watched the whole first series with him again in one sitting one time.
You quite enjoyed... what was it?
Oh yeah, this is so funny. This is a TV podcast, and I don't count the things I watch with my dad as TV. We popped on Disney Plus and we watched, what's the character called in Oliver Twist?
Fagin?
No. Well, yeah, he's in it, but it's another one.
The Artful Dodger.
Thank you. We watched Artful Dodger, which I was like, oh yeah, looks good, Dad. It was actually really good.
Nice.
Is it Richard Thewlis? Is that his name? Yeah, you'd recognise him. He's in Harry Potter
As
he plays Lupin.
Okay, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, he
Wolfy one.
plays Fate exactly. Well, you just did your bit of Latin,
Yeah.
working out. He plays Fagin, and then Thomas Brody Sangster, who's the kid It was so funny.
I'm just remembering that when you were telling me about it, because I was like working upstairs and then came down, oh, what are you guys watching? And you were like, it's Artful Dodger in the future. And I was like, okay, so has he like time travelled, or is it a different character who's like the Artful Dodger, but it's 1,000 years in the future? 1,000 years.
I just went, it's his lifetime a bit further forward.
He's just older.
Yeah.
Okay.
How time works. Sorry, I meant in the future, just simply. As simple as possible.
In the future for him, but not for us.
Yeah, and he's gone to Australia. Yeah, in the future for him, in the past for
But
us.
also not in the future for him because it's his present. He's just got older.
Also, I tapped out after a while because I needed to cook a chicken. And when I came in, suddenly there was a bit more set because I don't know if they had a low budget or something, but the first 3 episodes were in the same like lot, I'd say. You know what I mean? So it was quite hard to tell it was in Australia for a while. But it was fun because you know that
Australia.
Yeah.
What, because of the
I think
penal Connolly.
Connolly. The penal Billy Connolly. Because of the penal Billy Connolly. Is that his name? Billy Connolly?
Yeah.
I suddenly panicked. I was like, is his name Billy Colony? For God's sake. I think that's why Fagin goes there. But I think old mate Artful Dodger was running away from his past and he's become a surgeon. It's quite annoying parts of it because it's a cute concept.
Yeah.
The girl who is wealthy wants to be, I like a story about a learned wealthy woman who wants to, you know, I like that in history.
Wants to what?
Wants to like learn more, wants to educate herself more.
Okay.
And that everyone's like, women aren't allowed. And she's like, fuck you, I'm going to do it. Even though it's a bit cringe, I quite like that.
Yeah.
And so she wants to become like the first woman surgeon. And they're like, your constitution can't handle it. But at the same time, they discover so many new ways to do everything in surgery. I'm like, are these the Artful Dodger and this woman are the first people in Australia? Are the first people to have done all of these surgeries, are they? Cool. I don't think so. But it's fun.
That sounds quite nice.
You know what, actually? You know what I've just realised?
What?
It sort of gave me what was missing from the Bologna theatric, whatever.
Oh.
What was it? Anatomica. Teatro Anatomica. God,
Yeah.
bloody hell, I got there. Where I was like, I kind of want to see some guts on a table.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because it's 2025 at the time.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anymore. But they do it in the same kind of way then in this show.
So there was some guts,
You
some
see
cutting up.
Some cutting up and some guts. Chopping off
Okay.
legs with no anaesthetic
So
and stuff.
your dad got the gore, but it wasn't.
Yes, but it was
It was in a way
it
that
was justified gore.
you enjoyed because it was like creepy science gore
Yeah.
and women
Doing stuff.
defying the odds gore.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that. But I watched about 2 or 3 episodes and it was quite fun.
Nice.
I came back in at another point where Dad was still watching and I was like, I am lost. So maybe I'll go back to it if I just want something cozy. It was quite
It did
comforting.
look quite cozy.
Yeah.
And then
Anyway, sorry.
as soon as your dad went, we got straight back on trashy Netflix and loaded up the America's Next Top Model
Yeah,
documentary.
you were gone. I was like, I'm watching it immediately. And I watched the whole thing, I think, in one sitting or 2.
I enjoyed it. Well, I was gripped a lot more than I expected to
Did
be.
you watch America's Next Top Model?
Did I ever?
Yeah, me too.
I was obsessed with it.
Yeah, me too.
And it really brought it back. I remember finding it bizarre at the time,
yeah.
but I obviously wasn't aware of certain elements
Society.
that I would have just been absorbing. It's crazy to think of us sitting down and watching it and not questioning it that much.
I felt like I didn't see any cycles that I recognised from when I was a kid.
Really,
Like-
I remembered loads of them.
Oh, okay.
I was really obsessed. I used to search for it on like I used to find it illegally, like before it was out in the UK.
Oh, I think because I had Sky in Australia. I don't think you had
No, I
Sky,
didn't.
so it would have been harder for you to access.
Every time I was babysitting, I'd be searching for a new series because then there started to be 2 a year.
Who are you babysitting?
I just babysat my mum's friends, like 4-year-old and 3-year-old, when I was like 15.
I don't think I knew you did that.
Yeah, I did it every week when they went to choir.
Every week.
Yeah, they were so cute. Anyway,
Sorry.
I did babysitting every week, and I just remember once the babies were asleep, searching for the next series. I was just, it was so addictive.
Yeah,
And
I didn't realise they did 2 cycles a year as well. When they said that, I was like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
What? Before we go into the details of this,
Yeah.
what is... I'm so annoyed at everyone feeling like when something's good, in order to keep the audience, you must do something insane
Me
and keep
too.
pivoting. And it's like, no, people like it because of what it is, right?
That's the thing. I don't remember, because I feel like this is the anxiety that people are getting about Traitors, but it hasn't happened yet. And it's like, I don't remember feeling like I needed more. Like, I'd be perfectly happy to just... It feels like as a viewer, you'd just be happy to see a similar replay of the previous series, just with different personalities.
That's exactly it. And it's like, that's the thing with like UK maths and the honesty box. It's like, I don't need that, because I've got
different personalities.
I've got 20 different people, 10 different relationships.
Yeah.
It's going to be different every series. Traitors is going to be different every series. There's different relationships. Like, you don't need to have gimmicks.
And they laid it out in this documentary as if the viewers were just crying out for more drama and more, it's like, were they, or was it you? Like, is that really true? Like, I want to see an alternative universe in which they just keep the format the same. Would it have died earlier than it did eventually die, with them making it more and more dramatic each time? It just feels like it's coming from the network rather than
and also
demand.
Like, when there's something that the network don't understand, like they didn't understand the show in the way that they weren't going to commission it, and also the network that they ended up choosing, I can't even remember who it was, but it was like some random small network. It must have just been a panic. But I guess overall what it signifies is what we've been talking about so much recently, privately in our house, just about capitalism being fucked.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand why you can't just enjoy the success that you've got, keep the same format, let it run its course, then do something else. Like,
I did find it really fascinating how it kind of felt like a microcosm of like capitalism and societies, like it almost made me think about like the fall of Rome.
No,
do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
completely
how
know what you
everything
mean.
gets to a point, and then when Tyra starts to say, there are no sacred, what is it, sacred cows?
Yeah.
There are no sacred cows.
Also,
and it's like, so she fired the Jays and Nigel so that she could hold on to this money-making machine. I mean, it's like, how about you just say, actually, I only want to do the show if it's like this. I'm going to stop now.
There's no excuse.
Yeah.
And this is like, every week I bring up the latest Bit Fruity episode. But the latest Bit Fruity episode where they're talking about celebrities, not talking about worthy causes, not talking about Palestine, all of these
Or
things.
literally unable to say, what do you think about the rise of fascism?
Yeah, they're like, you'll know it one day.
Yeah.
No.
I don't feel prepared enough to answer that. I'm like,
What, you don't know how you feel about fascism?
yeah.
I think you can answer that. And the whole Taylor Swift thing, which I remember feeling funny about when I saw it, not trying to be like virtue signally, but like when that documentary came out, like, I don't know, I think it was in like 2020, 2019 or something.
Yeah.
And she was talking about the Dixie Chicks and how it ruined their careers and blah, 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 blah. And the really interesting thing about this podcast is that they were saying, okay, so you didn't speak out then and now you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
That you can't now be a good person.
Yeah.
And especially Taylor Swift, because she never talks about politics. And if I don't care, whatever, say what you want, Swifties, I literally couldn't care less about Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. She's a billionaire and she's a brand.
Yeah.
And she doesn't care. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She cares about making money and that's it. So that's my point. It's just like, I don't understand how we've gotten to this point where all people are doing is just making as much money as possible. It's because I don't know. I just don't understand it.
I know. And obviously,
you don't need that much money. You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. And obviously Tyra is a very complicated figure because she will have dealt with the abuse that she's then dealing out onto other people because she's a woman of colour and she was like
overcame so many obstacles.
And that all makes it very complicated and potentially it gives a reason why she holds on for dear life to the money and fame. But the whole point of her starting the show in the first place was that she was so famous that she could do whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
So you just, she had her own bloody talk show. You just think, did you really have to, like, at what point do you get so brainwashed that you think you're not going to survive if you don't keep doing America's Next Top Model? Like, just do something else.
That's when the agencies get involved, when the networks get involved, because they are banking on you continuing making money.
Yeah.
Because they obviously get a cut, right?
Sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm just, and we've said this before, like, why can't you just make a load of money, buy a house that you need to buy, and then just live a nice little life doing what you want to do because you could afford to, because you responsibly used your money.
Yeah. I know.
Speaking of all of this as well, sorry, just a quick interjection. Speaking of all of this, I'm going to talk to Daisy about the Gordon Ramsay documentary in the Patreon episode, because I've watched the first episode and a half and I've got so many things to say about this same topic.
I'm excited.
You guys should watch it and meet us there.
Yeah. Because basically the only excuse that the two excuses that Tyra gives are that she's scared of being fired, which isn't, I don't think, really a good enough excuse. And the other one is that she wanted women to succeed. She didn't want them to waste their opportunities, which is just completely fucked up.
And then when you come to Danny, who had her gap,
that is the
small and she said that Tyra knew that she was struggling and she didn't help her.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked.
Yeah, exactly. So all this thing about I want to help women, especially black women, like, succeed in the industry. The Danny thing, I really remember watching that, and I think all of the fat shaming stuff must have been such a part of naughty's culture that it didn't register, although it would have been going into my brain, but it didn't register. But the tooth thing, them closing up her gap, like, I just remember being so shocked. Even on a very surface level, that would have been the one thing that could have made her a supermodel, because it was so amazing.
Well, and then you suddenly had like people like Lara Smith and Georgia May Jagger.
Yeah.
That was suddenly like a massive thing, people with gap teeth.
Yeah.
And she looked so gorgeous.
She looked so gorgeous. And it's like they wanted to break her because she said, this is the one thing I'm not going to do. She loved it about herself, and they made it something that she couldn't love about herself.
It was really, really awful. And that other girl having her teeth pulled out.
Oh my God.
It was a sickening horror show.
Yeah. And
I can't believe they did that.
That's the really fucked up thing about the show, because if all the women taking part knew that they're actually doing a TV show, not a modelling competition, then it would kind of be okay, because in their brain they'd be like, okay, this is all about viewers, how much do I want to participate in that?
Yeah.
And like do stuff to my body to play that game. But they think that they are competing to be models, which isn't what they're doing.
Yeah. And
the show lets them believe
it's
that.
so tragic, because every single person who entered really thought it was going to change their life.
Yeah.
Just ruined all their lives.
Yeah.
None of them are not a single one who was in that documentary was a model.
No. Well, interestingly, there's like maybe two or three successful models, including what's her name, who has the skin.
Oh yes, Winnie Harlow.
Yes. None of the people who were really successful took part in the documentary.
Yeah.
Arguably because, I don't know, they don't want to acknowledge how fucked up the thing that gave them success was. You know what I mean? But Danny, who won, did take part. And also, I don't know, there's so much at play, because it's not Tyra isn't the source of all the fucked upness. There's the whole network.
And also the one of the positives about Tyra is that whenever Janice Dickinson was being absolutely hideous, she did kind of defend a lot of the girls.
Yeah.
Which was one positive.
That kind of helped, though, to brainwash us into thinking that Tyra was like on the girl's side.
Yeah.
When you also see her calling people fat and being horrible to them. She just wasn't as horrible as Janice Dickinson.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like two things at play. Is like the actual system was just so fucked up and would use people's like fears, trauma, anything that the producers had found out about to create drama. But then also Tyra herself, I think, just has a personality disorder.
The way she was like smiling at the camera, and like, I mean,
honestly,
she handled it pretty well, but she looked mad.
The whole thing about Jay telling her he wanted to leave, she wouldn't speak to him when they weren't filming for a whole series, and then apparently was told to fire him afterwards. Like, that isn't how normal people behave with their friends.
No.
And there's definitely like a weird power
and Miss
thing
J saying that she said, I want to come and visit, but then never did.
When Miss J had a stroke.
Speaks volumes about her character, unfortunately, for her.
Yeah. And
it doesn't help her look, basically.
And you just think, oh my God, how has, like how my mum always says, that woman's going to see herself in that cardigan and think, I wish I hadn't worn that cardigan when she's watching telly, which is terrible. I was thinking, surely Tyra's going to watch herself back.
It's a bit of a Andrew Newsnight situation.
Yeah, and think, like when they ask her, do you want to talk about what happened with you and Jay? And she's like, I don't think so. He's a lovely guy and I should call him. And you just think she's going to look at that and think, oh my God, I'm such a dickhead. But of course she's not. She's been seeing herself on the America's Next Top Model for like over a decade, and she hasn't realised how bizarrely she interacts with people.
Well, that makes me think of, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Oh my God.
And like, I never realised the depths of like what that girl had gone through in her life and how she'd been treated by family around her, and the fact that Tyra, I mean, she regrets it, good, but like shouting at her like that was like the worst thing you could have possibly done.
It was awful. And it's just abusive to be like, you've had a fucked up life, we're your chance to get out of that, therefore you have to do absolutely every single thing that we say and not listen to your body when it's uncomfortable. Like, I know that our generation obviously gets a reputation for being snowflakes, but it's just crazy to see, even in that instance, they were clearly being given a challenge to read like a really difficult thing.
Oh my God, that's what it was, yeah.
And they were given a challenge on purpose that made them feel stupid and embarrassed and overwhelmed.
Them feel like they looked stupid.
And also, fuck off. Models don't need to know how to speak or read really well. That's never been what they've
also, it was like an
for.
exercise of classism to not know how to pronounce Christian Lacroix or whatever.
Exactly.
Also, what the fuck does he make?
Who gives a fuck? Like,
yeah.
Anyway, so, and then she just is clearly having like a shutdown. You see women having kind of shutdown moments, like the one that they try to call fat all the time when she was getting Kenya, when she was getting like perved on by the male model.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
And she says, I'm not comfortable, and stops the shoot, and they basically tell her off.
That broke my heart, because obviously that's another thing that now would have just been absolutely fine. But then, and she said, what would Tyra do? And that broke my heart, that she like actually thought that. She was on Should I Delete That when I produced
it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And she was really lovely.
She seems really great. Yeah, these moments where you can see them kind of like, we're able to recognise that that's like you're having an out of body experience, or you're just shutting down and you're feeling panicked and you're crying and you're sweating, and like they're just being told to ignore all of those feelings, and they're like 18.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And the excuse of like, well, that is what the industry is, so we're preparing them for it.
And then also how I'm just thinking about that particular thing with Kenya and that man, and how they chose that really horrible photo. Yeah. And then so many of them were saying, it wasn't my best shot. Yeah. And this is my portfolio. Yeah. And this is all I've got to go into the industry. It's just so fucked.
Like, of course it wasn't their best shot, but we all just trusted, oh yeah, that's the best one that they could find.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. And there was a theme of particularly black women being used in this way, like Ebony.
Oh my God, yeah.
Who is a lesbian, and they like made her bring her girlfriend on to the show, which they never did with anyone's partners.
No.
And there was like another homophobic contestant, and they turned that into a whole drama.
It's also like, that's actively dangerous.
Yeah, she hadn't chosen to come out, and
you put her in a really dangerous situation, because either being in there with someone who's homophobic, or when she comes out of the show.
Yeah. And then she's absolutely stunning, like amazing skin, and Tyra started saying, I've been hearing you're ashy, and like
this just like really racist,
Yeah,
misogynoir that's being like thrown at her.
Oh my God. And it's just like, okay, Tyra can have this thing of like, I want to encourage women of color to really strive for what they want, and it turns into actually she is tougher on them because I think of some kind of internalized shit that she's been brought up in.
And I guess also like Tyra's more light-skinned than a lot of the other black girls that are being brought onto the show.
Yeah.
And so there's like this air of of superiority, not only in like her professional life, but like potentially in like her blackness or like attractiveness.
Yeah.
And so maybe she felt like she could talk to them from this air of authority in a certain way without realizing the kind of damage it was doing.
And if those really are the conditions of the industry, then presumably she would have had to swallow that kind of abuse in order to get to where she was. So she would just be in a mindset of everyone else has to be able to go through this horrible thing.
I also think like if someone looks, I'm going to say ashy, like in this circumstance, that is the job of a makeup artist to sort that out on set. If like, everyone's going to look a bit funny, like underneath bright lights and like heat and all of those things.
They're all malnourished. Like
they're all malnourished. Yeah, they're not going to look
the
normal.
picture of health.
Yeah, exactly. So like they need to have makeup artists in order to make them look good. That's their job.
Yeah.
On set. If someone's looks a bit ashy or what, I don't know, got dry skin or whatever that is.
And I forgot Ebony, she was the one that they made her shave her hair off and didn't do her hair properly and like fucked it up, and it was so sad. She kept saying, I kept thinking Tyra was going to come in and say, we'll sort you out, we'll send you to a proper place, and they just didn't, and they gave her bald patches in her hair.
That's just awful.
It's terrible.
Yeah, like if you're going to bring black girls onto the show and say I'm going to nurture you and your talent, you want to be making an actual change in the industry, which means that they and their bodies are going to be treated with respect.
Yeah.
Instead, you're just throwing them into this kind of very predominantly white space and not showing what needs to be done everywhere, just assuming that they have to just suck it up and get on with it. I mean, we all know this, but I'm just like, it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. It's
really weird.
That thing of, you know how like the world just isn't built for disabled access?
Yeah.
And everyone kind of puts the onus on the disabled person, say you're in a wheelchair or whatever, to get around London, for example. And it's like, no, if you just built it with the infrastructure in mind for everyone, then it would be fine. And like that's highlighted in places like London. And in this circumstance, like there's so many barriers for black women, people of colour in general. And just by putting them all on the show, that's not enough.
Yeah, the makeovers is a perfect example. You can't just
chuck them into a white hair salon.
Same hairdressers that you do for the white women, for the black women, and especially Tyra should know better. And that's what the plus size model that won said, that she was being sent to the castings and they only had size 2 clothes,
so
and they didn't have and like the production would have set up what clothes they had there.
Exactly, they're all probably pretend castings anyway.
It's systematic like punishment and humiliation being put onto the women.
It was really, and it could have been like a clever way to expose the industry for what it's doing and like how it's affecting it, but it just wasn't. It just meant everyone had to suck it up. And
because it's being postured as like changing the system and as saving and giving an opportunity to
but actually
these women.
It's just holding people back even more and meaning that they're tarnished with a reality TV reputation. And it's bad.
Oh my God.
And so should we talk about the girl who worked at Walgreens or whatever it was?
Shandy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was devastating.
Yeah, it was pretty good that they had that in like the first episode, I think it was, because that was just like unforgivable producing.
So there's a girl in season 2 who they send them to Italy, and they send these Italian male models round
to drive them around. It was like they were driving them around on the scooters, weren't they?
Yeah.
On the Vespas or whatever.
And then production tell them like, oh, you're going to have them round for drinks.
Well, they didn't. They just plied them with alcohol and no food.
Yeah, of course, because none of them are allowed to eat anyway.
Yeah.
And then she describes it like as an assault, but those
Yeah.
words are never used. But she says she can't remember anything, then she just remembers him on top of her.
And they just filmed the whole
and they
thing.
film the whole entire thing. They film her realizing that she's cheated on her boyfriend, as it's phrased, having to tell her boyfriend that the only way that she's allowed to call him is if they film it.
That was horrible.
And she's like 18 or something, and she's also got a really bad relationship with her parents.
Yes, she left her family home because there was that picture of her as a child just looking like completely shell-shocked.
And then Tyra goes around the next day for like girl chat and starts talking about people cheating. Like, she's obviously done this on purpose to make her feel completely panicked. And it just seems like it's kind of like she's still, now Shandy being interviewed today is
totally
still
traumatized by
it, and like crying when she's thinking about the boy that she was with, and like
and then she went on the Tyra Banks show and then they played it back.
She says she'd never seen it, she doesn't want to see it, and then
she said that before
it.
she went on, and I'm like, there is nothing, it's so unforgivable,
inexcusable. It was just such a moment of,
oh yeah,
Tyra will do
good.
Anything for ratings. It's just so fucked up.
Yeah.
So are they actually going to do a season 25? Because at the end she says, just wait what we've got in store for season 25.
Did she?
Yeah.
Did you see that Rita Ora took over?
I did. Thank God. I don't remember that, but
what the hell were they thinking there?
I don't know.
Rita Ora's only got a fucking line in Primark. That's it.
But yeah, I don't know if that was a joke. Matt and Bowen were talking about it, and they were talking about it as if it is really happening. That
I could imagine it would be, but this is weird promo for it.
Well, she'll do anything, won't she?
Yeah.
Also, like, it's funny, isn't it? Because the Jays and Nigel kind of, in comparison to Tyra, that show a lot of humanity, that because they are all friends with each other and like supported Miss J when she had a stroke and everything. But they also participated in like doing horrible things to the women. And it was interesting, I guess they could, Nigel was a bit like, well, that's how it was. Jay was like saying he felt uncomfortable a lot of the time. It was interesting hearing him reflect on how much of his own morals he had compromised to stay on the show. Yeah,
and I guess that was probably because of the comfort that he had with, and the relationship he had with Tyra as well, where he thought he was being looked after. And I guess also in a weird way, they all fucked up their own careers by going on the show as well.
Yeah.
Because they became associated with it and not taken as seriously.
It's also just mind-boggling how, well, that's funny because I caught a snippet of you watching the What's His Name documentary.
Gordon Ramsay.
And I was saying, if there was a woman who was this horrible, they would never be that famous. But, I mean, Tyra Banks is really horrible and she's really famous.
Yeah,
and you just think,
I also think Gordon Ramsay's friends with Lisa Vanderpump and they seem pretty akin.
Lisa Vanderpump has lots of charisma, although she's...
I think Gordon Ramsay does too, in a weird way.
Oh God, yeah, in that horrible way. I mean, Lisa Vanderpump,
just in the way that he comes out with
Tyra
"What are
Banks.
you, an idiot sandwich?" Like that is quite funny.
Yeah, but he's also ugly.
Oh,
Lisa Vanderpump and Tyra Banks are both ridiculously beautiful. I mean, Lisa Vanderpump's done.
Lisa Vanderpump.
She's done. She is. Look.
Okay.
She's done really weird stuff.
Ridiculously beautiful.
Okay, look at her when she was younger. She's famous because she's rich, because she's
I've never
beautiful.
seen a picture of her
She's
young.
not like normal looking. Like,
no, she's not normal
she's
looking.
obviously
Gordon Ramsay
not my
isn't,
type.
Gordon Ramsay isn't normal looking either, but for the other reason.
I'm not into her queen style big funny square hats that she wears.
Are you sure?
But she has, rephrase, she has to maintain a look to a very high standard.
Sure.
And so does Tyra.
Definitely.
So
I sounded like I was being sarcastic there.
Even the really unpleasant women still have to keep that standard, which...
Unpleasant women.
But it is just amazing how some people can be so famous from just being awful to people.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's what they were talking about on the Fruity episode, was like, actually... maybe you can only be that rich if you are awful.
Yeah.
If you have something...
I think so, because...
some empathy missing.
If you want to be a billionaire, that means you're taking from I see it as taking from so many. I see it. But
choosing
like,
not
it's so
to
much stupid amount of money that you're taking. It has to be coming out of people's pockets.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's just choosing yourself above everyone else.
It's true. Whoa,
man.
Whoa. What a ride.
I need a sandwich. I don't know about you, but I need a sandwich.
I really need a sandwich.
Okay, good.
So on the Patreon, we're going to talk about the Gordon Ramsay. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You need a sandwich as well. What are you?
Huh?
What are you? I'm putting 2 pieces of bread over the side of your head.
Oh, a stupid sandwich.
Idiot sandwich.
Sorry.
You are a stupid sandwich.
We're going to talk about that documentary, and I'm also going to tell you about the latest Love is Blind US season.
Excellent. I feel like they've got as many bloody cycles as America's Next Top Model.
Basically, yeah. And that's been very juicy as well. So
exciting.
You can sign up to our Patreon
for a very small donation every month at patreon.com/watchingtellypod.
Sign up through your browser rather than the phone, because
no, you said this last time, you have to sign up from your browser is on your phone as well. You have to sign up from your desktop rather than your phone.
What if you did it through your browser on your phone? It would still take
I
a thing.
I think possibly.
Okay,
but you said your browser rather than your phone.
Yes, I know, but
I think you have to do it from your desktop. I don't know why.
Sign up through your desktop, apparently, because then Apple doesn't take some money away from you. And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Watching Tellypod.
And if you're not already watching this video on YouTube, what are you doing? Watch it on there. It's fun. All the same at
the links in the show note.
Perfect.
All right then, let's go have a sandwich.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.